this is the Narinak with another Sailor Moon Crystal episode thoughts. This time for episode 11, which of course, it's kind of felt like it's been forever waiting for this episode. And of course, thankfully, we don't have as long as a wait for the next episode, because this one definitely left on one of the bigger cliffhangers. But mainly with this episode, we have Usagi pretty much dealing with the fact that, Mamoru, he's definitely somewhere else, or, since he's still been kidnapped, she has her memories back of the Moon Kingdom and everything. So, it's just pretty much trying to figure out what to do next with the Dark Kingdom, and, for her hopefully get Mamoru back from them. I guess with the changes and stuff, there's a lot of omissions here and there, and a few kind of scene changes. I guess the first omission is the fact that we don't see Usagi leaving her house and, saying goodbye to her family as she, heads off for the day. And there's also a scene where, we had her, or we got to see like a quick glimpse of Naru and Ume, no? Yeah. In the manga, but, that just isn't in the anime. And just a couple like shortening of scenes here and there. Like the scene with Mamoru, Furuhata, and Reiko, where they're talking about stones. In the manga, Reiko goes more in depth into what the stones on her cover are, which, of course, all four of them are each of, or the names of each of the four kings. So we get that shortened up, even though we do get that scene. For the Sailor Guardians, when they decide to have their meeting, in the manga, they first stop by Rei's temple to collect her, which is just omitted from this episode, and instead we just have them at Amy's apartment, or Ami's apartment. And then we get a little change up with their discussion of the sword. We do get to see a little bit of Airhead Minako, which is kind of fun. So far we've gotten a lot of serious leader Minako, so in this time, we get to see that kind of goofier side to her, which I rather enjoyed. And of course, like the battle at the end versus the evil Tuxedo Mask, we get to see more of that, because in the manga it's really only Sailor Venus doing the battling there, but now we have Mars and Mercury with Sailor Moon Crystal kind of fighting to try to make sure he doesn't get his hands on the silver crystal. So I think that kind of wraps up all the major changes and like omissions that I could think of at the moment. Other than that, this is definitely one of those episodes where, we get a little bit of information and then we actually get a good amount of plot movement, as this is basically the start of, evil Tuxedo Mask, in that little mini story arc within this first story arc for Sailor Moon. But yeah, it pretty much kind of follows the manga, where Mamoru, he shows up and takes the place of Furuhata's friend Endo, and starts hanging out at the game center. Of course, Usagi sees him and doesn't quite believe that it is Mamoru, even though, he looks exactly like him and everything. But, she doesn't quite want to believe. But he does that, or as he does that and she shows up, he tries to hypnotize her and get her to give him the information for where the Sailor Guardians headquarters are and everything. But she's actually able to I guess not get affected in the end from that. We also have the Sailor Guardians, like I said, to kind of do a little bit of gathering to discuss the big sword that they found on the moon, pretty much. Find out that it's stronger than a diamond, and also that there's something like poisonous about it, and they kind of discuss that the fact that the attack from their enemy, it somehow really just damaged the entire planet, or not the entire planet, the entire moon. So it lost a lot of its luster and everything, and they pretty much connect that to the attack of their enemy way back when. Of course, they still not really sure what to do with the sword, but we kind of got just a little bit more information with that. But then, of course, Luna, she is a bit... Oh, I guess that is one of the other changes, is the fact that Luna is, quite concerned about Usagi, and, she feels bad that she did make the mistake of considering Tuxedo Mask an enemy at the start. And so when she notices Usagi hanging around with this guy that looks exactly like Mamoru, she keeps an eye on her, and she's the one who's able to call in like the Sailor Guardians to check it out, so then they can like keep an eye on things, which ends up leading to Makoto kind of facing off against Mamoru on her own. We don't see too much of that, which we didn't see in too much of the manga. And that's so that way they could hide the fact that Mamoru goes ahead and uses his hypnosis on her, and it actually works. Which is what leads us to the battle between him and the Sailor Guardians, and it's down in their headquarters. In the end, Mamoru ends up getting the silver crystal, and then Beryl shows up. And I actually rather like the battle, and I do like the fact that they did change it up so that way it wasn't just Venus. I definitely liked seeing how her Love Me chain worked in the anime, because, well, yeah, I mean, we didn't really see it too much in the original anime, or not basically the same way as we saw like in the manga, which of course now we got to see in Sailor Moon Crystal. Let's see. And of course, like in the manga, it's really when Tuxedo Mask hurts Luna, does Usagi kind of really snap out of everything and realize that, yes, at this moment he's definitely the enemy. So she's able to, transform, kind of use her healing escalation, not really attack, but power, to heal everyone but Tuxedo Mask, because that's basically right before when Beryl shows up. And I don't go any further because that's basically where things end off, where it looks like, the villains have won the day so far, and Beryl's ready to send, Mamoru over to kind of, or Tuxedo Mask, whatever, to kill off a Sailor Moon. Which, like I said, it's definitely one of the major cliffhangers of the series, and I'm so glad we're getting it where it's only a 2-week wait till the next episode, and not like this previous wait which ended up being 3 weeks, just because, November happened to have 5 Saturdays. So I'm just really happy to have, Sailor Moon Crystal, another episode back. And we're getting so close to the end. I'm really anxious to see, where things go. And honestly, I think that pretty much just kind of wraps everything up. I mean, this was a pretty straightforward episode. Not too major changes, other than, like I said, the battle, which I really liked. And though I do kind of wish we got to see that scene a little bit more with the girls going to Ray's temple first. I mean, I can understand why they kind of had to, take it out, especially since we had, or they went ahead and showed us the transformation sequences of not only Sailor Moon, but also Venus, Mercury, and Mars this episode. Kind of wish they kind of combined them so we could have, saved some time and maybe had some extra time for another scene. But other than that, I think that just kind of wraps everything up. And honestly, I think the next episode is probably going to be the one that I'm just going to totally love. I mean, this one, it seems like it's just kind of moving everything in place so we can get the final wrap up of the story. So I guess with that, I'll go ahead and wrap up myself. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel, leave a like or comment. Until next time. Bye.